What's going on, everybody? This is Tal, bringing you my Week 6 battle versus Green in the Miami Infernape. Sorry in advance for my voice. I kind of lost my voice over the past couple days, but we move. So, we made our transactions with Dragapult and Ursaring, and Green's got a scary team. We just traded him Kyurem. He has some physical threats like Excadrill and Infernape and Overquill, as well as Kyurem can be physical. And then Azelf, also another mixed attacker, but a lot of these threats can be special. I'm really scared about Excadrill. I'm really scared about Kyurem. I'm scared about Azelf, Overquill, Arboliva being a pain, and then like Infernape and Thundurus as well. So he's just got a lot of offense, and I just kind of want to break through his team quickly. So first we have Dragapult making its debut. Sorry again. Dragapult making its debut. We're going to be running enough speed to outspeed a max speed Azelf, I believe. Or this is like enough speed to outspeed like Azelf creeping Zarude. I think it's max speed Azelf. Yeah, I think it's max speed Azelf. Or it's like +1 Kyurem. I don't know. We're running a decent amount of speed. We're running a lot of HP, and then we're running a lot of special attack, running Shadow Ball for general coverage, we're on Draco for, again, like, this just hits everything really hard. Surface for the Excadrill and the Infernape, and U-Turn is just to pivot out. We have Infiltrator instead of Clear Body because of Arboliva. It could click Sub, also Kyurem can click Sub, I think also Hat can click Sub, so like, a lot of things here may want to click Sub, so just to get rid of that. Next, we're running Choice Specs Competitive Kilowattrel. We have enough speed to outspeed, I believe. Yeah, no, I believe this is enough speed to outspeed, like, Azelf creeping Zarude. I believe so. Something like that. So we're modest max special attack. We're Terra Blast, Terra Flying, because this just hits everything super duper hard, except for like the Thundurus, which we have answers for. We have U-Turn just in case the Excadrill is a problem, we want to get out of there. Hurricane to just hit harder, and then Volt Switch. Once the Excadrill and Thundy are gone, we can kind of just click Volt Switch freely. I don't really expect the Gastrodon, but it may come. But yeah, still Terra Blast will like shred through this. Then we have Choice Scarf Jirachi. We're in a little bit of a weird set. We have enough speed to outspeed a max speed Kyurem. We're running Rocks just in case. This is going to be our lead, so we're either going to click Rocks or we're just going to click U-Turn and get out of there. We're running Iron Head and then Zen Headbutt because of flinches and general coverage versus the Kyurem and the Infernape and other mons like Terra Fairy Gastro. And just we hit everything except for Excadrill for neutral or super effective damage. Then we have Booster Energy Val. This is, again, enough speed to outspeed a max speed Azelf. This is just a late game cleaner. Click Swords Dance, click CC, click Shadow Sneak, click Spirit Break. We break everything on this team except for Terra Poison or Arboliva. So we have other answers for it, like our Jirachi and like our Kilo. But yeah, this is going to be for the late game. Because, yeah, we can basically clean up everything. We're booster speed as well, just to make sure that we're outspeeding like Scarf Infernape and Scarf Azelf and +1 Kyurem and so on. We're running a pretty bulky Zarude next, again enough speed to outspeed a max speed Kyurem. We're running a lot of HP investment and a good amount of attack investment. Running CC for the Drill, for the Arboliva, for the Kyurem, running U-Turn for general pivot, running Power Whip for just big damage on things like Arboliva, on Hatterene, on Milotic, on Gastro, and then we're running Knockoff just to basically spam and get every item off. And then finally, running another Shell Smash version of Blastoise. I think we outspeed a Azelf with Scarf. I believe that is the calc. Something like that. So we're a lot of speed. Shell Smash, Ice Beam, Surf, Flash Cannon basically covers every single thing on his team for neutral or super effective damage, and we're just going to hit hard. But that is the team, and yeah, I think we're just going to jump straight into the battle, so see you in a minute. So we are back, and looks a little bit different than normal. This is actually the replay of the battle. We did the battle yesterday, and wasn't able to record it while we were doing the battle, but instead I'll just be going over some analysis of what happened. So this is not going to be the standard. I'll be recording next week's battle for sure. But yeah, so the biggest threats that were brought, I knew that Overquill and Azelf were big threats here, but I expected the Excadrill and the Thundurus, and neither came. but makes sense. He brings Kira, Milo. I didn't think Milo was going to come, to be honest. I didn't think Milo was that good here, but he ends up bringing it. He brings the Kira, our old friend, and he brings the Infernape, the mascot, and Green's favorite Pokemon. He brings the Arboliva, which I was assuming going into the battle was going to be Terra Poison, but we see if I'm right later. So my two leads here were either going to be Kilo or Jirachi, and I felt like Jirachi was a little bit of a better lead because I basically could deal with no matter what came out. So we lead Jirachi, he leads Azelf, and my first thought here is, well, I should get up rocks, or I click U-turn. Those are my two options, and I decided, you know what, I want to get some big damage on the Azelf. I'm going to click U-turn, and it also scouts for if the Azelf is going to click rocks or click U-turn. And he actually clicks U-turn, so we learn that he has Scarf here, goes on Milo, and we click U-turn as well, and go into our kill. And I was expecting a switch here, whether it was into the Overquill, if it was like especially defensive, or the Kyurem, but I clicked Volt Switch anyways because I thought might as well just try to get some momentum, and he actually stays in and takes the Volt Switch, which he doesn't take it that well. Go into Zarude on the Ice Beam that comes out that was meant for Kilo, and I just send off a knockoff here because I thought that no matter what came in, it didn't appreciate a knockoff. So here, I knew Zarude couldn't do anything to the Overquill, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to U-turn out here. But he actually, we U-turn out and go into our Jirachi as he clicks Agility. And this was kind of a weird situation. I wasn't sure if I outsped, because he could have like up to, I think, like 590 speed. Yeah, 590. But I still wanted to scout a little bit. I knew we had some good HP investment as well into this. So I decided, you know what, we're just going to click U-turn and see what's going on. So we click U-turn, and we know that we are faster than the Overquill, and go straight back into our Zarude, predicting the crunch, which is exactly what happened. Now here, I thought maybe I should over-predict and go into Jirachi on the Gunk Shot, but the issue was if he did click crunch, predicting that, if he thought I was, he knows I'm not Scarf, but if he predicted a Jirachi, I just lose the Jirachi, and I probably lose the game through that. So I stay in, I take the Gunk Shot, and we lose Zarude. We go back into Jirachi, click Iron Head. We don't get the flinch, but we have enough HP investment to live the crunch and get our first KO of the game with Iron Head. So now the Infernape comes in. I'm really scared about a fire move here. I'm scared of knockoff, but I can't cover all my bases. But the best I could do is go into our Dragapult, which covers a fire move or a fighting move. Not the knockoff, but he goes for Nasty Plot. So I was contemplating here if he may switch. I was contemplating maybe if he'd go into Kyurem or he'd go into Arboliva, or if he was Sash possibly and could knock us out. But I thought the best course of action was to just click Surf, and I got the KO. He wasn't Sash, none of that. And Dragapult picks up its first KO of the season. First move that it uses is a KO. So clicked more moves than Kyurem and also got more KOs than Kyurem. So shout out. So he goes into Arboliva. And I thought Draco was going to do a ton to this thing. It was neutral. I didn't want to like click Surf if they weren't going to Terra. And he does a Terra. And Draco only does half. And I'm like, that ate that. As he clicks the Leech Seed here. And I'm like, okay, this thing is super specially defensive. I need to go at this from the physical lens. And so here, I just click U-turn to get out of there after all of the seed. And we could see here I do so much more with the U-turn. Go to Jirachi as he clicks the Strength Sap. And I was thinking here, I was like, damn, if I win to the Kilo, I probably just win the game. Because I click Terra Flying, Terra Blast, and nothing lives it after I'm times 2. But is what it is. Here we again just click U-turn, and we go into our Kilo now on the Leech Seed. And here I was thinking he probably Terras here, not wanting to take the hit, so I'm just going to click Volt Switch, get out of there, and scout the Terra. And he is Terra Poison, so that's what we predicted. Go back into Jirachi, because I didn't think he had Earth Power at this point, and he doesn't. He wasn't also going to go for Earth Power on the Kilo. Wouldn't make any sense. So he goes for Alluring Voice, we eat it, only 10%. And now we're in a situation where we can click Zen Headbutt, and his only resist is the Azelf, but then it doesn't really want to come on anything else. So we go and we click the Zen Headbutt and we get the KO. Super defensive Arboliva is out of the way as he goes into the Kyurem. And my thought here was, should I stay in and click Zen Headbutt, or should I switch out But I thought if I switch out, I probably could lose the game because of the fact that I knew that if he clicks DD, we outspeed him. We'd need one flinch. So click send headbutt, don't get the flinch as he clicks DD, but I know I calced the whole point of this EV spread was to beat +1 Kiram. And here we click the Zen headbutt and we get the flinch. That flinch was huge. That's like game defining, but I clicked it twice. I needed one of them and I got one of them. Click Zen headbutt here. Don't get the flinch as he clicks the scale shot to knock us out. Can assume here that he was loaded dice. -1 defense, +1 speed, but we have a Shadow Sneak on Iron Valiant specifically for revenging scenarios like this. And we get the KO on Kiram, but we actually... He goes to the Milo here, which I thought was really, really interesting. And we just click CC and knock it out. And now we know that we're facing off against a Scarf Azelf. And here we just click Shadow Sneak to get any damage possible. And the Mystical Power knocks us off, or KOs us. So I was in between here going into Killo or Blastoise. I thought maybe Killo could take the hit and get a Terraflying Terra Blast off. And go into Killo. And this was just a misplay on my end because he just knocks us out with Mystical Power. So just a complete misplay on my end. Go into Blastoise, he clicks Mystical Power and he misses as I click Shell Smash, knowing I'd underspeed but then outspeed after. Click the Shell Smash, click Surf, and end the game. Now, I talked to Green after the game, and the Mystical Power actually didn't matter. Our EVs, and even if he was modest max special attack, it didn't matter. We lived it 100% of the time. I think it only did up to 90 or 92. So we would live that hit and then still click Surf and win the game. But we are now 4-2, and we have a +1 differential, which is not that good. We haven't clinched playoffs yet. We're very close. If we win next week and we're 5-2, we clinch playoffs 100%. But right now, every game matters as we face off against Mental Mark, he's 3-3, I believe, right now, and he's also fighting for a playoff spot. So look forward to that next week, and yeah, I will see you guys for Week 7. Peace.